Alright, y'all, it's Animal Kingdom Day. So if you see me randomly laughing, jumping, or losing my mind, then on camera, just know one thing. I'm super ticklish, and this is basically a danger zone for me. Animals, bugs, really anything that's there will get a reaction from me. And you're coming along for the chaos. So stick around, and I'm gonna show you the outfit that I chose. So to see, shirt that I picked out, South Sudan Cobra Kai shirt, you put the Cobra on there for a place that's about animals. And get these nice looking shorts too, But yeah, basically the outfit of the day that I picked out. So let's get on to Animal Kingdom. Also, you can see right here that my Magic Band Plus is all charged up and ready to go. Fit update, I swap shots, look at this, look at that goodness. A little red and black like that, like the first order. All the good stuff like this,
As you board, please lower your head and watch your step. Push down on the handle and pull out on the door. Please fold and stow all strollers and wheelchairs before we depart. Children may not ride while in strollers. Once we are underway, please remain properly seated, facing forward, with no lap sitting except for small children. During our journey, sudden stops and braking may occur. If a personal belonging falls from the tram, please remain seated and inform the nearest cast member at the next stop. Once you arrive at your destination, please be aware that you and your bags are subject to a security screening. Weapons of any kind, including firearms and knives, as well as selfie sticks, are prohibited. If you have any of these items, please return them to your vehicle now. Thank you, and welcome aboard.
Once again, if you or a member of your party has not yet crossed that yellow line, I'm going to call for no further boarding at this time. No further boarding.
They look right here too, like they just got here.
Really, two boats one behind us that are empty. Well,
Alright,
from mine,
quick
it was
sit
pointing
back,
to being
relax,
front.
because driver, you are clear to dispatch.
I was saying from mine, it was pointing to be two boats in front. Your point of view
For
is
your
that.
safety, remain seated with the doors closed. Keeping your hands on and legs inside while and supervise your children.
I just don't see why they don't do full capacity. Just like they did on the Titanic. They didn't do it to full capacity.
Alright, friends, welcome aboard. We are heading to the main entrance of the one, the only, Disney's Animal Kingdom. Who's excited? Woo! Woo! Alright, our park today closes at 7 p.m. and our trams will run for 90 minutes after. That means 8:30 p.m. will be our last tram. Please make sure to be in line by the main entrance if you want a ride back to your car. Otherwise, the only thing running back to your car at that point will be you. Today you are parked in Dinosaur 224. Once again, that is Dinosaur 224. You can use the car locator app on the My Disney Experience app if you cannot remember Dinosaur 224. As we are making a series of twists and turns at a thrilling 5 miles an hour, please remember to remain seated facing forwards at all times, holding onto small children and any loose articles. If any moves are the closest from the tram, please remain seated and alert me or your nearest cast member at the next stop.
If I had reacted any other way, I would have dropped this phone.
Please remove all bags and belongings for your convenience when going through security. Once again, please remain seated at all times until we reach that full and complete stop, but that is not quite yeti. Folks waiting to board, please remain behind that yellow safety line at all times until we reach a full and complete stop, which is almost. There it is, folks, there is that full and complete stop. Go ahead and exit on the driver's right-hand side and the right-hand side only. Lower your head and watch your step as you exit this tram.
And now there's a dappling duck.
Wonderful. Oh, a tunnel. Everyone loves tunnels.
She was over here. Yeah, it was like a meet and greet thing, but I can take a line.
And that's the landmark. The tree. So we're on this little scavenger hunt thing and got the book. So we have to find all the badges, you know. But I think there's some animals over here. The otters.
Throughout the kingdom. You find them doing a
To the left-hand side of us, you'll find some beautiful reddish antelope with horns called the bongo, just like the drum. Both male and female bongo have horns, which allows them to stay hidden as they run through the cover of thick bushes and foliage. To the right of us, you'll find one of my favorites, the okapi. And the okapi has stripped pants, stripped legs, or stripped pajamas, which kind of makes it resemble a zebra, but it is more closely related to the giraffe. Some of the features that the okapi shares with the giraffe would be that of a similar skull shape, which is a little smaller.
This depended on what I goes those off with. I wanted the older circles to be blue, but that plan failed. No, you have to recircle that other one too up there. That's the total. Man, I got this. Oh! Oh, okay. Hey, look. Sign.
Oh yeah.
Go.
Off to the left-hand side of us, you're going to find a couple different animal species. Now the beautiful black and white bird with an orange bill is called the saddle stork, and for its orange bill, which is shaped similar to an English saddle. To the left as well, you'll find the large bird
Oh, hi. Alright, coming towards us.
The antelope on the Herald Wildlife Reserve, standing at a height of about 55 inches or 4 feet 7 inches tall.
Also animals that are in Animal Kingdom are on that list.
Now we're going to go ahead and make our way on out of the little cherry forest, although we are still going to continue on this lengthy journey of ours. And by continue, I mean we are going to continue on down into the Southie River. I can already see some beautiful white birds with gray feathers out here known as the pink-backed pelican. And these pink-backed pelicans get their name from pink coloration on their back, which extends to their extremities during their mating season. They are colonial nesters and they have some large nesting groups called colonies, which can consist of up to 500 pink-backed pelicans.
Vultures? Yeah. Where's it at?
No.
I don't see a vulture.
Right there.
Oh, there's a hippo.
Hippo.
So it's like, if you want to sort of see the famous Nile hippopotamus down here to the left going for a swim. They butters weighing up to 5,500 or 5,500 pounds, making them one of the heavier animals on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. In fact, the name is called blood.
Oh, what's up there?
It's a bridge that you can walk across. I don't know how you get to it.
There's a good going for a swim, and although they are excellent English, typically will prefer to just sink down to the bottom of the river and just walk along the bottom.
I see it marked off right
And
here.
let's see coming up ahead of us signs of another famous animal. Let's see if we're able to find the famous Nile crocodile. And the crocodile has got a length of up to 16 feet. That's on average about 12 to 14 feet long.
I don't see it.
There they are.
No, it's right down there. I can't see it. It's okay. I see
Kids
it.
are around 10 or 10%.
I marked off the crocodile.
Now, the crocodile is also known for having one of the stronger reinforces in the animal kingdom, as those jaws of theirs are capable of crunching down with enough force that allows them to beat up to about half of their body weight in a single beating.
Wow.
In fact, they would be the prime reason that the crocodile never smile at a crocodile. But now it does look as though we're making our way here to a change in the carriage indicator that we are now getting a little closer to the savannah. I do see there's some pretty interesting looking tree. It kind of sort of looks like it's growing upside down. This tree here is called the baobab tree, and it does grow like this for about 9 years ago, using those interesting root-like structures on top of the tree to help absorb water into both the trunk and the bark. In fact, both the trunk and the bark of a baobab tree can hold hundreds of thousands of gallons of water at a time, making them pretty useful for drought season on the savannah, which has in fact even earned them the nickname the tree run. Now we're going to go ahead and make our way down into Savannah proper. And we're going to try to see if we can get a real nice and close and not that very first.
Where is that? There, what do we have passing by over there?
Awesome and amazing animals. Here's the wide open spaces of the Savannah.
Baby giraffe, where?
Alright, I see it.
Wait, this is where the wild dogs are?
Coming up here to the left-hand side, you might be able to find my favorite animal in the entire savannah. Although they are hard to see when they lay down to the left. They're called the African painted dogs, or the painted wolves, named for the paint-like patterns on their coats. Those painted wolves are pretty close cousins of the domestic dog, like the ones you may
I don't
have.
see anything.
So they are canid or K9. Sadly, though, they are an endangered species, as there was a time in which they were widespread throughout most of Africa. And now today, they're pretty much only located within the country of Zimbabwe. Coming up here to the left, you're also going to find 3 beautiful reddish antelope with curved horns called the sable antelope. Now, the sable antelope have special significance to the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. That's because we actually use them as a symbol of our reserve. They're also some of the most protective of all antelope species, as they typically will sit and stand in a circular formation with their horns facing outwards, so as to more easily protect themselves from predators. And as you imagine, this here what looks to be the tallest animal in the entire savannah, that would of course be the giraffe. You can stand at heights of up to 20 feet tall. That's on average about 16 to 18 feet tall. And that's roughly 6 feet tall when they're first born. Now, a female giraffe does give birth standing up, so yes, it does mean that a baby giraffe or calf will have roughly a 6 foot drop to the back when they're first born. I like to say the first thing a baby giraffe feels is likely gravity. Although not too worried, as a drop does actually happen to provide a bit of a boost to a baby giraffe's lungs. So I guess it does actually work out okay for a baby giraffe in the end.
Oh, we sent a job!
Oh, goodness.
course, the giraffe are known for having an incredibly long neck as well. In fact, within their necks, they've actually got roughly the same number of vertebrae that we have within our necks. Let's say they have roughly 7 vertebrae within their necks.
Oh, it's gonna cross the road.
Quite a bit larger now.
Crossing the road.
And that was ours.
Oh my god, they're all that. Oh my god.
Eyes in the trees.
To each individual bone, it's very sharp and very jagged. That's how you can tell they're the some species of the giraffe.
Oh my god.
Now each pattern on a giraffe is unique to the individual giraffe, as their 2 patterns are the same, acting somewhat like our fingerprints. Also on the right side of this, we have found some large gray black antelope called the wildebeest. That's correct, the wildebeest are technically an antelope species, where the word wildebeest is actually an Afrikaans word meaning wild beast. Therefore they are literally an antelope and a wild beast all at the exact same time.
That's another one.
Oh, there's a baby.
Oh my god. Avanza. Please. Avanza. Oh my god. Nice. So cute. Oh, look how little it is.
But now it does look as though in a moment we're going to make our way here into what looks to be Timbo territory.
Hello there.
Timbo does in fact happen to be the spot anywhere for yet another very big symbol. This animal does happen to be rather famous for being very, very large and also very, very heavy. In fact, it does tend to be so large and so heavy, it should be kind of hard for us to miss. That is, unless of course it is doing a rather excellent job of hiding, which is always entirely possible. It looks so much here to the right. The timber would in fact be the Swahili word for the elephant. This elephant up here does happen to be that of the African elephant, because we are in Africa after all. It would make it a little awkward if it was the Asian elephant. And the African elephant does have some rather large ears, which coincidentally is shaped somewhat like Africa, the continent.
Oh, it does.
The elephant is of course known for being the largest and heaviest elephant. It can grow to be roughly 13,000 pounds, which is 6.5 tons. Meaning they can't grow to be about the same size and weight. How's that even
Okay. That's your stuff.
It can also eat up to about 6% of their body weight daily.
It fell out of the bag.
Heaviest elephant can eat almost 800 pounds of foliage per day, which caused it to be a bit of a pest problem to river farmers over in Kenya. That's because when the
I'm sorry, but one of them fell out of the bag.
They would eat what they perceived as a free thing. Naturally, that's something those farmers sometimes do.
Ooh, random tone down there.
As they were losing a very large portion of their crops to the elephants, so they wanted to get rid of the elephants. But the fact we here on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve did not want the elephants losing their habitat. So we made use of knowledge to learn about elephants here on the reserve, which is that elephants are in fact afraid of bees. So we took that knowledge over to Kenya, where we built a very special fence around the crops called a bee fence, or
But the bees are just a
fence. And now when the elephants walk too close to the crops instead of being that pathetic, they disturb the fence. This disturbs the bees. The bees then fly out and begin buzzing as they do. And then the elephants, upon hearing that buzz, will become spooked, scared, and go around the crops. Now that program does work out nicely for the farmers in the end, as they have now gained a new crop, which would actually be the bees' honey. In fact, if you'd like to support that project in the end, you can even go online and order some of that imported honey from Kenya by simply looking up the name of the project. It's actually called the Elephants and Bees Project. Of course, Elephant Society is primarily matriarchal, which does mean that it is usually the eldest female, and for a matriarch leads
Oh, there it is.
young males will often leave their moms or teenagers, where they usually go and form what's called a batch or herd of other young males, and they meet well out on their own. Every time bachelors will like battle amongst each other for dominance, using what's often called a sparring match, to help determine who the most dominant and also most successful elephant is, will then become marked as the alpha male.
right there, look. The little elephant's right there. You see it? It's behind the little wood thing.
I don't see the baby.
Oh, right back there.
What's where?
Oh, I see.
Coming up here to the right side of us, we're going to find the large horned and coolie cattle. Also got the Watusi cattle.
Oh, hi.
wow,
the
that's
Watusi
cool.
tribe first discovered
I don't
them.
see that on here.
Which is why I like to say there, what you can't see here to the right.
But it's
The ones on
cool.
their heads might look pretty large and very heavy, but they're actually quite light and honeycomb on the inside, allowing blood to flow through their horns, thus allowing them to stay cool on hotter days, acting somewhat like the radiator in your car.
Oh, the path is full of water up ahead. Water. Yes, even on the path.
Oh shoot, we're stuck.
Trying to get into that water then.
I do want to see bits
Look
of
at that water.
as well. This bits of pink does, of course, infer that we're going to be getting to find a bit of a flamboyance. That would be a flamboyance of the greater flamingo, who is the largest out of all flamingos in Africa. Standing at heights of roughly 5 feet tall, making just a little bit larger than their Caribbean cousin. They're also the least pink flamingo as well. Remember, that is not because they are pink when they hatch. In fact, shortly after hatching, they are gray. They won't get the pink coloration in their feathers until after they've eaten just enough of beta carotene and other carotenoids out of their diet. Now, their diet does consist mainly of things like mollusks, crustaceans, algae, and even shrimp, all of which are found on the bottom of their habitat, making them a bottom-feeding animal. It also means that, yes, it does in fact happen to be the shrimp turning their feathers pink. But now it does look as though we are going to go ahead and make our way here to white rhinoceros territory. Now, the white rhino is the largest and heaviest of all rhino species, weighing up to 6,000 pounds for males or up to 4,500 pounds for females. They also have a charging speed of up to 35 miles per hour and are fully capable of galloping like a horse, meaning all 4 of their feet will be off the ground at the same time, turning up. No wonder a group of them is called a crash of rhino. Now, the white rhino does get their name not for their skin color, they're actually named for their wide jaw, which is useful for eating the grass and other foliage growing on the ground, thus making them a grazing animal. I also think I may have spotted something else coming up ahead of us. Let's try to see if we are able to spot the fastest animal on land, or the cheetah coming up here to the left.
Cheetah.
Now, the cheetah can run at speed up to 60 miles per hour.
Cheetah.
To go from 0 to 60 in about 3 seconds, which is an impressive acceleration. If they are in fact a sprinter, they aren't really a marathon runner. They can actually really only maintain at top speed for just a few hundred yards before they need to rest for like 30 minutes. Now, a group of cheetahs is a coalition of cheetahs. The cheetah is also a member of the cat family, so just like the domestic cat you may have at home, they are feline and they do purr, making the cheetah the largest feline to purr.
Cheetah purrs.
Now, I do see it looks as though we're going to head on into the throne room of the jungle. I call it that because in it first we need to get to find the king and queen of the jungle up here lying about on their thrones. Now, both the king and queen of the jungle spend most of their day asleep, as they can sleep anywhere between about 16 to 20 hours a day. That's on average about 18 hours a day that they sleep. Something I've taken to call a lion's share of the day. Correct, that is not exactly for laziness, as they use the time that they sleep to conserve their energy for limited time. Although I will specify normally it is the queen of the jungle doing all the hunting, while the king mainly will just stay back and protect the pride.
But the lion protects.
Now, it does look as though we may have unfortunately caught the king and queen in the middle of that lengthy nap of theirs, sadly. I certainly feel like they have the right idea sleeping as long as they do, though. Wish I could take a nice 18-hour nap every now and then. Sounds kind of nice. I do, however, see up ahead of us here the largest burrowing animal in all of Africa, known as the warthog. Now the warthog has two sets of tusks, the larger of which are on top of their snout, and what they use to dig out these large burrows on the left, while the smaller set of tusks are underneath their jaw. Those ones are razor sharp and used mostly for defense. They often like to back into their burrows when they sleep, so they happen to have an easier time protecting themselves from predators.
Okay.
It does look as though in a moment we're going to be making our way here into a ranger outpost.
Say lines and
The rangers who are stationed here enjoy spending lots of time on lengthy holidays. And when they go on vacation, they have to leave in charge of their camps.
I did not see them.
Peculiar animals who tend to be quite perceptive. In fact, these animals out here happen to be so perceptive, I have taken to call them the greatest of all time.
I think we've seen the
So here I shall present to you now a small herd of adorable Nigerian wolf goats.
Nah, the Monte Riso is a different one.
Of our vacationing rangers.
Yeah, what is
Now
that?
these goats, if you were to look at them real
Hello there.
close, you may notice that they have red
Hello there.
pupils, which gives them a wide
Oh wow, so many.
vision, far wider than an animal with circular pupils, such as ourselves would have. That's why I like to say they're very perceptive animals. But now it does look as though we have seen an awful lot of awesome and amazing animals out here on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Sadly, a large number of those animals who are suffering from have been lost due to our modern society. But we here at Disney are working tirelessly to preserve and protect all animals and their habitats for future generations, and we do that with programs like the Disney Conservation Fund, although we do send you as much help as we can get. It is my hope that seeing these amazing animals on your safari inspires you to get involved in any way you can, because honestly, if you don't do it well, if you decide to help
More water.
it makes it very easy to do so. Simply approach any location in the Harambe village.
More water of all kinds. I can smell the water too.
Something I think is so very cool. If I say so myself, as it is a 100% match or whatever, you decide to donate. Now it does look as though we are near the edge of the Harambe base, and I recognize that familiar music come from the Harambe village. Sadly, that means that our time together has been cut a little bit too short, unfortunately. Now, if you have any wellness explorers on board, you are going to want to go ahead and know the name of your safari vehicle. It's actually called the Simba 1. And it's correct, it's the S-I-M-B-A, Simba, like the lion, and followed by the number 1, like those goods we found not too long ago. So you're going to go ahead and earn that safari bad little ways up the trail on either page 14 or 15 of the Bonus Explorers Handbook. Let's get back to our dock.
14, 15.
Now, in a moment, we are going to be parting ways here shortly, and unfortunately. Now, even still, I do not like to say that word goodbye. Now, the reason for that is just because that word goodbye is too sad
Look
and
at
too
those
final.
pipes.
So I'll leave you with.
Lovely.
Speaking the word of quaharating, then you go well. So, friends, quaharating, may you all go up, go wild, but of course not too wild. To make a positive impact out there on our planet, as it is most important. And lastly, go have a wild rest of your day here at Disney Symbol Kingdom.